Alexa, play The Middle.
The Middle by Zed, Maren Morrison Gray.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday! Welcome to Swag Life, where I give you the best of swag, but also some life tools, tips, strategies, so you can live a good, healthy, happy, successful, fun, passionate life. Welcome to the week. Welcome to the show. Jam that I'm feeling. Shout out to my cousin Brooke, who was on this from the jump. I just like to play music because if you forget everything else I'm talking about, I just need you to jam, because I know you'll enjoy that. I'm losing my mind just a little. By the way, which brings me to my point on the life front as we dive into the show. You know, as I do these shows, sometimes I apologize for getting so excited, but well, let me back up. I also I'm putting together a show, a live show, a motivational musical. Tools, tips, and strategies all set to music. And an interesting thing happened. I did this show about a year and a half ago, and there was one part of the show where I decided to do a rap. I changed up the lyrics to Taylor Swift's song, Blank Space, switched it to Headspace, and did a rap, which I think I've done on the show before. But it was an interesting story, because the night before the show, during dress rehearsals, a guy named David Carreño, who came down from doing the lighting, said, what'd you think of the show? And I said, I thought it was good, but I think I'm going to cut the Taylor Swift part out. That was the only part of the show that I was going to do this sort of parody, this song. And he said, why? I said, I don't know, I'm just like insecure about it. And he said, don't. He said, leave it in. He said, that's your truth. And it stuck with me, and it was a cool moment, so I left it in. And it was the part of the show that literally connected the most. So I've spent the last year and a half working on this show, but building on that moment. So there's 13 life tools where I talk at you, we go in, think like TED Talk, and then to drive it home, we switch to a little concert, and I sing to you, I rap to you, I dance to you to drive it home. We talk about gratitude, we talk about your attitude at work, we talk about launching your passion project, we talk about sleep and nutrition and all of these different life tools that I'm learning set to music. A musical, a motivational musical, a concert meets a classroom. My point is that I'm being reminded by a good friend of mine, Matt Rinke, and those just closest around me, to really do you. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. That insecurity, that element of being scared, mixed with excitement, that's where you should go deep. And shout out to Gary Vee, who I think sometimes watches this show, which I'm totally grateful because I love you and I appreciate you. He also talks about that. Doesn't matter. Shut all those opinions out. You got to do you. You got one life. Live it big. Go deep. And so, I'm not going to apologize for dancing around and singing, because that's me. In fact, I'm going to go all in. So I hope that you enjoy that, but I hope that you, more importantly, embrace you. That you find what excites you and you rock it and you believe in it. Because again, we got one life, and I believe that we're all here for a reason to deliver that gift. So without getting too deep, I think we already got there. But that's the theme. That's the life nugget, is to really do you. Believe in you. Cool? So that's the life part. The swag part of this, we recently moved into a home, and I found a bunch of my old memorabilia. One in particular item. Shout out to all of my Minnesota peeps. Homer Hanky. And I was like, wow, I pulled it out. I was like, oh my gosh. It brought me right back to 1987, 1991, when I was at these games. I was 7 and then 11 when the Twins won the World Series. But more importantly, how it relates to swag is like, I was like, wow, this simple white hanky brings back such emotion. And that's what I love most about the merchandise business. I struggled a lot when I first got into it to figure out my lane. And I don't want to go after every business, every company. I want to do work with companies and people that I love with items that are meaningful merchandise. So maybe we're not going to produce Homer Hankies for you, but the point is I want to work with you to really represent your brand with dope and great merchandise that matches your brand. So let's dig in. Call me, email me. I want to hear more about your business so I can relate it into the items that I'm learning about. And we can brand some really cool, meaningful items for your team. I'm obsessed with happiness in life, and a lot of that is spent at work in terms of the amount of time that we just work. And I think one little just tool that we can use to help the happiness of our team is just hook them up with dope swag. And so I want to work with you to do that. Meaningful items, a la the Homer Hanky, that when the employee looks back, they were proud of the time that they worked with your company and that merchandise matched it. I think that matters. I think it matters just a little bit, and that's what I want to help you with. By the way, some other merchandise that I found, oh my gosh, dude, Kirby Puckett, like, rest in peace. I love him so much, like legit. Kirby, I have 2 autographs of his. By the way, like how good, like autographs, like this is so like 80s. Chris Carter, Muhammad Ali. I climbed up, I went to the Super Bowl in the 90s in Minnesota. I climbed up the side of a box, like the skybox, and literally got this autograph, Muhammad Ali. By the way, this may be the most important one. Crunch, shout out Vintage Crunch. Twins winning the World Series, Wheaties. So again, that's the show today. Be you, do you, trust in you, and go deep on that. Bring your personality to whatever it is you're doing. I do it with Swag Life. I do it with song and dance and having fun doing these shows. I love doing these shows. It's one of the highlights of my week. And yo, email me, text me, DM me, however you want to get in touch. If we can help you with meaningful merchandise that makes your employees happy, that will make me happy. That will move the needle. Let's create your version of the Homer Hanky and help make your team happy. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexa, play The Middle. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday. Have an amazing day and week. I appreciate you. Turn up your favorite song, tip your waitresses, be grateful, find things around you, find miracles in the mundane, because as Tony Robbins says, we can't be fearful and grateful in the same moment. Flex that gratitude muscle, and that's how you can live a long, healthy, happy, and fun life. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. Swag Life, until next time, stay healthy, stay swaggy, and I'll see you soon. Peace! I'm losing my mind just a little. All right, everybody. Peace out.